Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Willie, and this is the encouraging word for today. And I am on a journey of faith. How about you? And I remember when my journey began, when God first called me to follow Him. He revealed to me that I was living for myself and not for His purpose for my life. I realized I had to make a decision. So I made a decision of my will to follow Jesus and His purpose for my life. And I marked that moment. It was a faith marker in my life. I marked that moment in my life. It was March 8, 1986. It was at a Baptist church on the west side of New York. It was a Saturday. It was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I made a marker in my life. Something, a memory I could go back to when times got difficult. Abraham did the same exact thing. He made a faith marker in his life. Listen to Genesis chapter 12, verse 6 through 7. Abram traveled through the land as far as the site of the great tree at Moreh in Shechem. At that time the Canaanites were in the land. The Lord appeared to Abram and said, "To your offspring I will give this land." So he built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. Abraham made a faith marker in his life, something he could go back to, either physically or in his mind when the journey got difficult, when the enemy attacked, when doubts started coming into his mind. He could go back to his faith marker and say, God spoke to me on that day. I'm not going to listen to my feelings now. I'm not going to listen to what the enemy is saying, what people are saying. God spoke to me, and I've marked that in my life, and I'm never going to change that. So I encourage you, the great tree of Moreh was such a marker for Abraham. And you see, as you follow his journey, he returns there at key points in his journey because it was a faith marker, had a meaning to him. It brought him back. It helped him reset himself on his journey of faith. So I encourage you to make faith markers in your life. When God does something big, when God speaks to you, make a marker there. Maybe it's a physical place, like with Abraham, the great tree of Moreh, where God appeared to him. Or you can just, as I have done, write it down in a journal that you keep. And you say, on this day, God showed me this and spoke to me. And you mark the date. And when doubts come, when difficulties come, you can go back and remember, as Abraham did at the tree of Moreh. Never question in the times of darkness what God has told you in times of light. And to do that, it's important to have a faith marker. So when those dark times come, and maybe some of you right now are in a dark time, a time of doubt, a time of discouragement, a time where you're questioning things, go back to an important point of faith in your life. Whether it's 30 years ago, like with myself, or maybe even more than 30 years now, or just last year, and remind yourself of what God said to you. And He will give you strength by making that faith marker. Tomorrow, we continue our journey of faith right here on YouTube, right here on the Facebook group, and we're going to talk about winning the first hour, a concept that has helped me greatly on my journey of faith. So until tomorrow, have a great day, make a faith marker, write it down, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.